Being half Filipino, I was so excited to see Jollibee trending as a fast food chain on YouTube. I've even been to a chain in the heart of Manila, Philippines, and man, do they really have some flippin' good chicken, as well as some other good things on their menu, which I may make videos for in the future. Unfortunately, I don't live in a state that has a Jollibee, so I just make it at home, and it's actually pretty easy. So without wasting any more time, let's get into how I make Jollibee fried chicken. Now before I forget to tell you, this is a 2-day process, but the 2 days totally makes a world of difference. So be sure to start this the night before you plan to serve it. The first thing I do is what is called fabricating the chicken, or breaking it down. You can buy pre-cut chicken, but honestly, this is way cheaper. I start with the legs and I run my knife until I hit bone. Then I just pop the joints out of the socket and cut the rest of that off. To separate the thigh from the drumstick, I run my knife again until I hit bone, and I just work my knife through the knuckle. This is really the trick to breaking down most of the pieces of the chicken. Run your knife through till you feel bone, dislocate the joint from the socket, and cut the rest of the way through. The breast is a little different though. I find the center of the breastbone that runs vertically down the chicken, and I work my knife along the breastbone as closely as I can, trying to get most of the meat off. I slice my breast in halves, giving me 4 breast pieces. These pieces are great for people who don't like bone-in chicken, and that gives us 10 pieces of chicken. Those 10 pieces include 2 wings, 4 breast pieces, 2 thighs, and 2 drumsticks. Next, we're going to cure our chicken in our spice blend. For my spices, I have garlic powder, onion powder, white pepper, salt, and 5 spice. We're going to mix that all together in a bowl so that we can get an even distribution of all the spices. Then I generously coat my chicken, making sure that every single spot is covered. Now I put that on a cooling rack over a pan and I leave that in the refrigerator uncovered overnight. You will need a cooling rack for this because as those spices penetrate the chicken, it's going to release a lot of juices. The reason I leave my spices on my chicken uncovered overnight is I really want those flavors to penetrate the meat, and this will allow us to taste the seasoning all the way down to the bone. And even though it's causing our chicken to release a lot of juices, this is actually going to make for a much juicier and tender chicken. So this step is totally worth it. And if you're wondering, it is completely safe to leave your chicken in the fridge uncovered overnight. Just be sure to put it on a bottom shelf and make sure it's not touching anything. After my chicken has sat in the refrigerator overnight, it is ready for breading. We're going to whisk together some flour along with any of the spice blend we did not use. You can also make and add more of the spice blend if you think your flour is looking under-seasoned. We also have 3 eggs that I beat with a splash of whole milk. We dip our chicken into our flour, then the egg mixture, and back over to the flour. And really press that flour into the chicken. Do the same with all the other pieces and lay those to the side. Now comes the fun part. I love pan frying much more than I love deep frying, but either one works just fine. For my pan fry, I fill 2 skillets with about an inch of canola oil. I turn my heat up between medium and medium-high heat, and I wait for my oil to heat up to about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Some people like to wait until their oil is 350, but that is just way too hot for bone-in chicken. Bone-in chicken cooks a lot slower, and the time it takes for our meat to fully cook, we will have a really dark, sometimes almost black color on our breading. Jollibee chicken is more of a golden blonde color, which is why I like to keep my oil at a lower temperature. I would recommend putting your breast pieces in a separate skillet than your dark meat pieces, which I did not do, but this will help you keep track of your breast pieces since those will cook faster than the dark meat. Drop your pieces in skin side down. I let my breast pieces cook for 8 minutes on one side and I let my dark meat pieces cook for 10 minutes on one side. Then I flip my chicken and let them cook for another 8 minutes for breast and 10 minutes for dark. When your pieces hit the 8 or 10 minute mark on the second side, be sure to start temping them. Always take the temperature outside the pan. Taking the temperature inside the pan will give you an inaccurate read. For my breast, I'm looking for at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and for my dark meat pieces, I'm looking for 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Once all your pieces hit their temperature, put those on a cooling rack and give them a couple minutes to drain any excess grease. And there you have it, Jollibee chicken right at home. And just check out this crunch. And that is just some of the tastiest fried chicken I've ever sunk in my teeth into. Anyways, I hope you give this recipe a try. And if you liked this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe because I make a new video every single week. And if you want to behind the scenes of my recipes, follow me on Instagram and Twitter linked below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.